Next up, we have Tara McCarthy, who was part of the winning team from last year's hackathon. So the team RightByte, as some of you may recall, was a team that really built an amazing solution for children with food allergies. So brought her up here to tell a little bit about her journey, and we appreciate you coming back. Thanks.
So I was all excited to say that I had gotten better in technology, and now I look terrible because I am not better than I was. So I was here a year ago this week, and it was so exciting. It's a weekend that I will never forget. It was my first hackathon. Is it anyone in this room, is it your first hackathon? Yes! Okay, so you are going to relate to me, maybe. Sometimes. I left my house on Saturday morning, and I said to my husband and 3 kids, I said, I could be back in a few hours or a few days. And they looked at me, and I thought, don't worry, I'll call you, I'll let you know. So I walked in this room, and I had a notebook with me. I want to be clear, it was not a MacBook. It was a black and white, old school notebook with my ideas and my chicken scratch in it. Yes, I see notebooks. I love it. And this is when I thought, maybe I shouldn't be in this room. Lots of people with lots of technology that I am scared of. So we pitch our problem. And that to me was the most invigorating thing. I remember during the speakers, I was going over my note cards and I was trying to memorize it. And that was the most invigorating part. So these are our pain points. And behind that, we have to remember that we are here to help the pediatric population. We always say that no one cares more than a human being, and I think we saw this, than a parent. But I'm going to add to that list, and I'm going to say everyone in this room came to better the pediatric population. And you may be a caregiver, you may be a clinician, you may be a developer or any other thing that's on here. But I think that you took a day off at work, and you took, not off work, you probably took off your vacation here. And you're here to innovate with people from all over the city and the state with different backgrounds to think about solutions to our problems that we face every day. So now we form a team and we grab a room and we start to work on our problem. We sit down with this great group of people and everyone again brings out their computer. And as I said, I'm there with my black and white notebook and a folder. And this is when many people around the table thought, maybe I picked the wrong team. So we start to work on our solution and our mission. And before I knew it was 8 o'clock that night. And my husband called to ask, are you coming home before the kids go to bed? And I said, no, we are deep into this, and it is like something out of a movie. There are whiteboards, there are computers, there are hacking. I never even used that word hacking until last year. Passion and teamwork. And it was so invigorating. I use that word over and over because all of these people who we had no connection before, and now we're working on a problem for several hours in a row, deep in thought. I cannot tell a lie. It was a very big game for the Red Sox that day, and I was secretly checking my Red Sox score. They were going to the playoffs, almost to get into the World Series. And around 11 o'clock, we called it a night, and we went home. And I got home, my 3 kids were in bed, and my husband was up watching that game intently. And I said, you have to listen to my day. And I was talking a mile a minute. And he was exhausted from with the kids all day, and I couldn't stop. I could hardly sleep. I was so excited. But we stayed up and we watched the game. So the next morning we get up, I get up before the kids, I come here, we start to work, and I say to my team, oh, you guys tired from last night, the game? And as I drank my tea, I looked around, they said, yes and no. And I said, what do you mean? They said, we didn't watch the game. We were coding all night? And I thought, okay, yes, you were doing a lot of stuff that I did not know happened. So I thought that second day I should actually bring my computer. And so I did, and I think they might have laughed even more when I pulled it out of my thing and put it on and put it up, and it was so slow, and it's about 20 pounds. So then they were definitely laughing out loud at me because now they knew me. So we worked on the pitch over and over and over again. So that was kind of my role. I was going to be the one to present the pitch. They did all this fabulous work, and we had so many ideas going, but that was my thing. So I typed it up on my computer. I was really part of the team. We were practicing and practicing and practicing. And what happens? My computer goes dead. So the team says, well, you emailed it to one of us, right? And I thought, nope. Don't worry, guys. It's all right here, right here. It's right here. We're good. And then I saw the panic on their faces. So we actually pulled it off. And we pulled it off and we presented our solution, and it was wonderful. But the best part was watching every other presentation during that day. It was so fascinating and so humbling watching what people had created with a team of people they did not know in 48 hours with no sleep and lots of craziness. And lots of things at home, I'm sure, that they were juggling as well in between. So I remember that evening, on Sunday evening, getting an SOS text from my husband. When are you coming home? And all I could do was text back a picture of myself and the team holding the big check saying that we had won. He wrote back, of course, enjoy your time, enjoy. So short and sweet, but my advice for you today is, number one, put yourself out there and feel uncomfortable. You will learn so much. I have learned so much. I am still not as tech savvy as I will be next year. I'm going to have a PowerPoint and I'm going to be telling more stories. Number two, be patient with all the non-tech people who are here. We are out of our element, but we have a lot to offer. We have a lot to offer of that pain experience and working with kids and the whole story behind what we need your help for. My third and very important one is to save everything you are working on in multiple places and email it to your team frequently. And so anyone who is in my boat, the team members should help them and say, you should email that. They also did say, well, didn't you put it in Google Docs? And I thought, Google Docs? No. And I had four, but I'm going to add one. The one I was going to add is that if you can, have any of your family or loved ones come to the presentations tomorrow, because I so wish that they really understood what happened during that weekend and really what came out of it, because they only know my piece of it. But I think it would be incredible to have them see it. And the number five, the most important one, enjoy this experience, and I agree. We have taken it past that weekend. I have learned so much, and it's really just such a wonderful experience. So enjoy.
Thank you, Tara.